Hi, my name is Katie Kersey, and today I'm doing my Project 3 over direct instruction. So what is direct instruction? Direct instruction is an approach to teaching in which the teacher transmits information directly to the students. The lessons are goal-oriented and are structured by the teacher. Direct instruction was first developed by Engelman and Becker. Steps for effective direct instruction. So the first step for an effective direct instruction is to state the learning objectives or orient students to the lesson. In this step, you tell the students what they will be learning and what they will be able to do by the end of the lesson. You establish their interest. You start motivating them to look forward to this lesson or maybe a project or an activity that follows. Step 2, you review the prerequisites. You go over any skills that the student needs in order to understand the lesson. It's important to know that students have mastered these skills before moving forward to new material and new lessons if it builds off of something that they already need to have mastered. So step 3 is to present the new material. In this step, you make sure that it's very organized, clear, that it gives good examples, that you model it in the exact way that you're wanting them to perform the lesson. And it's important to maintain attention and not move too quickly. Step 4 is to conduct learning probes. Check for student understanding by asking questions and coordinating any wrong answers. In step 5, you provide independent practice. So with independent practice, you need to make sure that students are ready to do it on their own. You need to make sure that it's short, that it's not too long, and that you as the teacher monitor and make sure that they are gaining the understanding that they need to. Step 6 is to assess performance and provide feedback. Great independent work to see if the skill has been mastered. If it hasn't been, it will need to be provided again. It's okay to provide a lesson and have to go back and spend some time on it the next day. Step 7 is to provide distributed practice and review. Using formative assessments such as homework can be a good way to give review. Also, reviewing the material in later lessons is really important. If you're able to have this material show up again in a lesson a month down the road, and your students still have the knowledge and understanding for how to do that and do it efficiently and correctly, then you've done a good job. Being able to hold on to that knowledge is a great mastery of the lesson. So direct instruction and the real world classroom. So explicit direct instruction, the I do, we do, you do, is a great model to go by with the direct instruction. With the I do, the teacher models the lesson and provides examples to check for understanding. The we do, the guided practice, as we mentioned before. The teacher and students are working together at the same time. Students are asked to show if he or she has mastered the content by working problems or asking questions as a group. In the you do, students execute the skill by an assessment. They can describe the content and the importance for the material. Also with direct instruction and in the classroom, we are able to check for understanding, know that the students are learning through assessment and interaction, that they model specifically that the teacher models specifically how to do the lesson, the ability to reteach the skills if it's needed. It can be used for most subjects and all ages. It improves cognitive skill and creates a flow from one lesson to another. So this is kind of a checklist that I feel like is a good material to have whenever you're doing a detailed lesson plan. Be able to have for the direct instruction, your goals and objectives ready, your direct instruction that you're going to provide, the guided practice that you want to use. Closure, that for me would be to allow the time to answer any of the questions or type any loose ends that they may not understand some content to that lesson. The independent practice, the materials you need, maybe there's an activity or a lesson, and the assessment. So this is my presentation on direct instruction. I hope you enjoyed, and thank you.